Well then. That was a night. Yeah? I mean, at least my fantasy team did good. It's the little victories. It's the little victories, I guess. Let me get it going. All right. Worst fantasy since you started playing. William, how bad is worst? Like, how bad are we talking when you say worst? I gotta know. You gotta tell me. Snow, I'm glad you like it. You mean the cartoon or the tune of the music? Because they're both dope. This is an old anime from the 80s that I found, and I'm really upset they never translated it into English, so I can watch it, but I can't hear it. Oh, man. Well, what's up, guys? Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out to the after show. Sponsored by y'all on Patreon. We got something to do. Tonight. We're not going to do it right now. But we're giving it away tonight for Patreon. So your entry has passed. You can no longer enter for this one, but I got new stuff for you. So we'll go over that too in a little bit. Oh, Craig, it's good to see you. L's, you got 176. Okay. What was average? Let me know when they post it. Rough night, not my worst. That's what's important, Michael. That's what's important. 236 out. Love to see it. I got 224. I'll take it. Yeah, what Brandon said. Hit the like button. Retweet the tweet if you haven't. That'd be cool. All those things help. 180-ish average. Is that what it was? I didn't get to see it. As soon as the race is over, I start setting this stuff up. No, just 170. No. Whiskey 216. I'll take it. 201. 151, William. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Play it safe and end up with 203. Corey, did you get hurt by KP? Is that where it went? Yeah, Frye and Peters. Hey. Can we just say, though, no hate on Jarrett Frye. I famously was not kind to him on the Patreon pod at the beginning of the season. Because I just didn't think he really had a lot of grit and determination. But tonight was a good step in the right direction for me. He could have absolutely packed it in. He was 60 seconds down at the end of the first lap. But he went out there and he spun laps, and they were not fast. I looked at his times. They were not fast laps. They were just laps. But he went out there. He stayed out there. And that's what separates the Fries from the Jerrys. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. 154. Ooh, oh no, washed up. Who did you have? Who did it? Mark just texted and said score's done. Yeah, look at that, baby. Ooh, 773. We're moving on up. Dude, I gained 500 spots this weekend with that top 1,000. I'll take it. Thor hat is nice, but not a custom pulp hat. Brandon, you're right. I just completely forgot to switch my hat. I'm sorry. I thought maybe if I put Thor and 100 on, maybe they'd hook me up. So if you guys know anybody, Thor 100, whoever, I'm not picky. Hook me up. Let's get some sponsorships going on. You know what I mean? That's more stuff I can give away to you guys, and that's what's important. So we'll do that. Vic, I got you by 2. All right. Good showing. What did you end up? What was your position, Vic? If you were 222, what was your championship rank? Dropped to 2030. Ooh, Tim, that's a harsh one, man. That's a harsh one. I hate it. Crazy how Stuart Anderson couldn't get to top 5. Camden, I think they would have got the top 5 if Malcolm hadn't fallen that second time. Can we just talk about Kenny? Ugh, dude, Kenny got 9th, man. Even with Malcolm and Anderson falling twice, they still passed Kenny. Oh my God, man. Macaratuna, I know, Corey. And it's just one of those where, like, you know, this is obviously different than Dean. I made a joke about it on Twitter. You guys probably saw. I made a joke about it on Twitter about, like, oh no, Cooper, wow, a race being decided by a lapper. Oh man, that's a real shame. You know, because I was poking fun. It's not anything like that. But yeah, it is what it is. That was not Shane's fault. No hate comes on Shane. There's nothing you can do. You just hold your line and you hope they get around you, and there's nothing you can do. You know what I mean? What about for the title on paint? I agree, yeah. Malcolm dumping the clutch Tim? I don't know, man. Look, like, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I don't blame the man. I do not blame the man. I just enough's enough, right? When he hit Malcolm in the second turn or whatever. Oh man, I don't know. I was like, here it comes, man. It's gonna unfold. Here it comes. It's gonna unfold, and then it did. So only Tomac can stop Tomac at this point. And you know what's funny, Lugnut, is that seems like that's been the thing a lot of these years. Is that Tomac was the only thing preventing him from winning the title. And yeah, hey, you know what though? I mean, I know I hate it. Ricky says it. It's cliche, but you win your title on your bad days. You win fantasy on your bad days. You win stuff on your bad days. And as long as Eli continues to manage his bad days, what are we gonna do about it? Like it's his title. That's all there is. You know what I mean? I think Ando was gunning for Tomac in the second corner more than Malcolm. That's possible, Hubbard. That's possible. Who got 10th? Dean. Dean got 10th because it was Roczen, Dean, Bogle. Number 3, the man. What a great race. Yeah, that was good. That was good too. That was good. KP got me. I'm sorry, y'all. I told you to pick KP. How many of you guys watched the video? How many of you guys watched the fantasy video now that it's moved over to Pulp? I wanted to talk about the fantasy video if that's cool with y'all. So let me know. Let me know how many people watch it like every time. Dean gets 10th every week. And B-Hood, that's why I say on the Patreon pod, every week I feel like I say the exact same thing where I'm like, yeah, Dean, he has a 1 handicap. Don't pick him because what's he going to do? Get 10th again? Like, it's literally all he does. He's going to score you 28 or 30 points. He's like Chiz, but if he wrecks, he has no shot. Can we talk about Kyle Chisholm? Kyle freaking Chisholm, 13th. I just happened to look. I just looked at one, like, with like 3 laps to go. And I was like, how in the hell? Like, how is this possible? Oh, man. Ridiculous. Roczen still had fire in him. He'd have retaliated for the 2 takedowns earlier this year. Nah, Austin, nah. Kenny, there's no fire about it. Kenny has made 1 aggressive move in his entire life, and it ended a season. Just how he is, man. And it's okay. Everybody has their own riding style. I don't blame Kenny for it. Kenny rides clean. Eli rides clean. It works out for Eli. It works out for Kenny less. It is what it is, you know? Wilson went down to over 21-27. That's true. Glitch. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, no hate comms on Ken. But on raw speed this year, he is closer to this group of guys than he is this group of guys. Dylan quietly getting 4th. He was running 5th for the longest time. I don't know when he got Barsha, but it was right there at the end. So Dylan quietly running 4th. Good for him. I was a little disappointed being an outdoor suited track and Dylan getting a good start for the first time. This was the one time I was like, let's see what Dylan can do. He still only got 4th. It is what it is. I thought this might be I'm not even a Dylan fan or anything, but I thought this might be the time that Dylan would put together a podium, but it is what it is. Anderson has always been a little reckless and always seemed to have one guy he meets up with all year. That's true, Anthony. I don't know. Maybe it is what it is. Do you think Tomac will retire? Let's see how outdoors goes, Peyton. I think we would need to see how outdoors goes. I think all of these guys, they all still like racing. Maybe Kenny a little less, but they're all just getting that point in their life, kind of like with, obviously JB is 10 years older than all of them, but like, you know, JB just said, he's like, I just kind of want to spend time with my family. And that's okay. Like, that's an okay decision to make. I don't have kids. I don't want kids, so I don't know what that's like, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that, you know, there's going to come a time for all of these guys that they just don't want to do it anymore. And when that time comes, I hope they get a nice, graceful exit. You know what I mean? Tomac looks happy. He really does. Why not come back? Yeah, Lugna, just because, I mean, he's going to be 30 next year. And maybe he just wants to go hang out with his kid. Just stuff like that. First time for me picking A-Mart. Oh, hey, Tim. Roczen did not screw you here, Tim. Let's be real here. Roczen did not screw you. Roczen got you double points. We need to manage our expectations here. The reason you all picked Roczen is because you knew there was no way he finishes outside the top 10, and you were hoping for more. And he gave you what your minimum was for him. You know what I mean? Have a kid, the best thing in the world. And I love that for you, Michael. I really do. Like, I personally, no kids for me. If I had a kid, I wouldn't be able to do crazy things like take the chance to become a third rate. What did Debo say about Marks? A third rate, whatever. I wouldn't be able to be a third rate motocross media guy for y'all with kids in the house. So everybody gets what it gets. Macroth, and I hope he does an AT. I really do. I really hope. Let's leave Shane alone. You know, like there's nothing he could do there, especially in the whoop section. Nothing he could do there. What about Marchbanks? Matthew, the only thing I can think of is that maybe Marchbanks accidentally grabbed a handful of tear-offs. It happens. Rather it wasn't prepped correctly or he just got, you know, your heart's racing or whatever, but I hope that he just grabbed a handful and not that he blew through 20 of them in 12 minutes or whatever. I hated the 1-star running away with every race. So boring year after year. Oh yeah, Rondong. I'm with you right there. It's good to see you, buddy. Do step kids. All good parts. A little heavy, do the bare minimum. You know what? There you go, Dirty. I can't do that though. I can't do that. I'm already very committed. So get it, Brandon. I'm not even kidding. I'm looking into it. Like legit. Not interested. Nope, not for me. It's Cooper's fault because he's just bad around lappers. Motion, I feel like that's probably a little strong. It's nobody's fault. I don't think there's any fault here. This is just the thing that happens in racing. Like, there's a lot of things that they're just nobody's fault. It's just a racing thing that happened. It is what it is. 223 in chat. Hell yeah, Whiskey. Bogle did. Bogle paid off, and we love to see it. Why didn't Garrett just pull them off and finish that thing? Sawyer, did you see that sand, though, dude? Did you see that sand? No, thank you. Absolutely not, man. No, thank you. I don't think they will, though, Anthony. By the way, do you want me to call you T or Anthony or Thomas? Let me know, and I'll try to do it. The difference here is everybody loves or hates Ken. I feel like that's not true. I don't know any, like, super web fans. You know what I mean? Like, super hardcore. He just doesn't have that air about him. I don't think he is as controversial. I don't think anything involving Cooper will ever be as controversial as anything involving Roczen, if that makes sense. He thinks that's true. That's fair. That's better motion. I agree with that. Oh my God, Tomac's bike. Can you guys imagine if Tomac, because like Ricky was saying, with 4 minutes to go, you know, Anderson's buried. Just phone it in, Eli. Just spin the rest of the laps. Just get in there. No big deal. But then, like, once Cooper kind of blew it on, I don't remember what it was, but there was one section that Cooper didn't do well, and then Eli sucked up onto the back of him, and then the lappers came into play, and I was like, could you imagine if Eli passes Cooper and then his bike blows up? Like, I was literally like, I obviously didn't want that to happen, but I was like, could you imagine? That would have been ridiculous. You know what I mean? Me going against my role of do not pick FFL and picking Jet as FFL. Hell yeah. Foster, full disclosure, I thought about it. I thought about it hard. I thought about picking him, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to. I don't pick him. Look, this is how I'm in. Look, let me just say, this year's not my best year, but I'm still top 1,000. I'm still trending upwards. We're going to get there. I had 2 bad rounds early. We're going to get there. But I am consistently in the top couple hundred every year by playing my way, and I'm going to continue to play my way. And FFLs is not my way. You know what I mean? You want Austin? I did not, because full disclosure, I'm not a big web guy, so like the last thing I wanted was to hand Cooper Webb a win. Like if there would have been somebody else in play, yeah, hell yeah, that would have been great if Eli would have grenaded, because that would have been my video for tomorrow for YouTube, is like, you know, talking about that. But instead I have to talk about Anderson and Malcolm again. Webb wasn't going to win. Let's give Eli credit for hanging in there, pulling the trigger. Stoked for Eli. It's just interesting, Superfly, and again, I'm not discrediting what Eli is doing here, but we can all kind of sort of agree that it is very odd to see Cooper get run down by anybody. Eli or not, anybody. It's a lot. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. Oh, my second worst round, man. Really enjoy your content. Lugnut, I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so much. Thanks all you guys that watch the normal videos too. I know that we talk a lot of fantasy at the post-race show and stuff like that, but I also really enjoy when we get to just talk regular moto stuff. But the YouTube stuff, it's nice that I can kind of make whatever I want. You know what I mean? I want to see Mookie. Same, me too. Mookie did get Anderson twice. He did, Brian. He did, though. He did. I'm pretty sure they can use aftermarket clutches a lot. Oh, yeah, it's definitely an aftermarket clutch. I imagine it is. I don't really like any of the actual KTM guys. I think that's interesting, though, Jamie, because AP's not a KTM guy, but, like, I wouldn't really consider Webb a KTM guy. Because it's not like he came up through the system. I don't know. Like Marv is, because he's always been there, but it's what it is. So yeah, Webb, Will, don't quote me on it, but Webb loves to be pressured from behind. You heard it here first. Lewis posturing that the rumor in Europe is Roczen back in GP before full. Kurt, I don't know. Like I could totally see that, but I don't know at this point in Kenny's career if he wants to go through an even more strenuous day, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Yo, what did Dan do? 302, are you kidding me? Holy crap, look at Dan go. Wow. Wow, that is ridiculous. Dan was number 3 overall. Because I went to look and I was like, I've got to be in the lead for the league because I thought I was going to catch Marks maybe, but nope. Dan said, hold my beer. 302. Wow, that's ridiculous. That's a lot, man. Are you on main event? I am not, Michael. I am not. I don't have time to listen to a lot of stuff, if I'm being honest. Between like having to watch the entire Pulp show and then making my own stuff and doing all the Pulp stuff, I just don't have a lot of time, which is a bummer. I would love to be able to listen to it, but I just can't. Was there any race fireworks with Mook and Anderson? No TV. Yeah, Bobby, I don't know. That'll be a good question. We'll have to see what pops up over the next couple of hours and stuff like that. So I'm imagining since Marks was able to post the results, then that means that they are not looking at penalizing. They are not looking at penalizing Anderson or Malcolm. Not that I thought there should be, but there was a little bit of, Malcolm did beeline back to Anderson and take him out immediately. And usually that's gonna be knocked against, but I didn't see anything yet, so. Kenny's fast as quality, but drops like a rock. Well, in Austin, it wasn't even necessarily that, because I agree with you. I think the biggest problem with Kenny is Kenny always drops off as the race goes on, but nobody sprints like Kenny sprints in those first three laps. Kenny has not been sprinting. How many times Supercross outdoors, no matter what, did we see Kenny get like a 3rd or 4th place start and then be in the lead in 3 corners and then be 5 seconds ahead 3 laps in? You know what I mean? Like, we just didn't see that. He has not had a single race that has really done that since the opener, How does Anderson not get a penalty for jumping out of the sand section and twisting the throttle? Ryan, I don't know. The one thing I will say, Ryan, is that they could have said because it was the sand, or it's hard to, I don't know, man. I don't know. How did Cooper Webb not get a penalty for jumping through the red cross flag and also just skipping the whoop section? I know, you're like, oh, well, the reason he didn't is because there's this gray area where you could say, oh, well, he did it because of this, or he did this, or blah, 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 and that's probably what they'll do here. We think of the ride by Stank Dog. Fat Boy, I feel, I just happened to look down at some point and saw he was in 6th, and I was like, well, yo, neat. Wish we cared, but that's neat, Never change AMA. Never change AMA. That's right. Let me get the Patreon link for you guys so we can do this here soon. So we have a giveaway to do. Unfortunately, the giveaway is closed, so you are not able to join in on the giveaway this weekend, but you can join in on next weekend. And I will, here's a link to the Patreon. It is for Patreon supporters only. So we're going to give away this Christian Craig number plate. That's right here. That's right here. We're going to give that away. And then I'll show you guys what we have going on for the next month. I've got 2 things we're giving away, so that'll be pretty cool. Stank on Righteous Gemstones. What is that, Dirty? What is Righteous Gemstones? I've seen it talked about, but I don't know what it is. Can someone help me out? What is the name of some graphics companies that will put them on for you? I want to say 180 Decals will do that, Tim. I'm not 100% sure, but I think 180 would do that. That was my that's where I got my graphics from the last time I got graphics, and I think that was something they offered. Dumb move by Mookie since he took himself down. For sure, LS, but at the same time, I don't think Mookie cares anymore. Mookie knows he's not in it for the title. I don't know. If a little sacrifice to be made in round 9 to maybe get Anderson off your back for the next 8 rounds, I could see that being worth it. It's the funniest show on television. I'll have to check it out. What is it? What channel? Can I even watch it? I hate that. You guys remember when you used to just be able to watch the television? And now you have to be like, do I have the right streaming service? What's it even play on? I don't even know what it's on. You know what I mean? HBO. Oh, cool. I have HBO. Nice. Hell yeah. You think there's no money to be made with that? No, well, I feel you. I'm just... Do you think these guys are that motivated by money? I'm not saying that they're not, but a lot of people are like, oh, but if he wins, that's like an extra $100,000. I'm like, they have millions of dollars. They should give me the $100,000. I could use $100,000. Torrent private. Oh man, I haven't done torrents in like a decade, man. That's when I felt like I grew up into like a boring adult, when I just started buying stuff instead of getting it for free because I don't want to have to deal with the repercussions of using like shareware, you know? Can Eli and still? That's true, Michael. That's true. What is his let's look it up. What is his gap now? Wow. 17 points. 17 points on Anderson, 33 points on Webb, 38 points on Malcolm. Wow. Dude. He really I don't want to say that like it, because I don't want to wish ill on anybody, but we really need Eli to have one of those classic Eli weekends. Because the thing is that Anderson still came back to get 8th, but what's killing him is, remember when he went down with Malcolm? Was it right? Was it him and Malcolm? No. That was Marvin and Malcolm in round 1. Was it Barsha? Barsha and Malcolm for round 1. Then here's where his he had bike issues. And then here's Mookie, like, that's what it is, man. That's what it is right there. It's a bummer. You know what? This right here looks like a classic Eli Tomac stat line right there. That's what I'm like, 2017, 2018. That's that 2019 maybe even. That's that Eli right there. What about Nicoletti? Zach, I love Filthy Phil. I've loved Filthy Phil since before the Pulp Show. I don't know why. I've always enjoyed him, but yeah, he looked good. Somebody was like, why did he pull over and just let the 3 guys by? And I'm like, look, Phil is done with these kids that are gonna weed themselves out for a 5th. He looked over and saw RJ, who was wrecked like 73 times this season, McAdoo, who has wrecked like 7,300 times in his life, and who else was coming on that train? Jordan Smith, who wrecks all the time too, and he was like, I'm just letting y'all do your thing over here. I'm just gonna let you by, because Phil doesn't want anything to do with those guys, and I do not blame him. What about Enzo? Spot, I really like Enzo, and he shows the speed, but kind of with Phil, but same but different. Like, he kind of just didn't have anything for those guys. Like, he's definitely that next step, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with Enzo being like that 6th guy, because obviously, you know, Jet, McAdoo, Jordan Smith, Pierce Brown, RJ, like, those guys are kind of in their own class. Like, I definitely think Enzo is that next guy, and there's nothing wrong with that, man, especially being on that bike, you know what I mean? Riding the vet lines. Yes, Steak Farm, riding the vet lines. Oh, man. Steve said he's having bike problems. Did he say that, Tanner? I didn't catch that. Was that on Twitter? I think this was the best. Dude, I agree. This track was wild. I wish I could play it like in a game, but we won't be able to play it in a game until next year. And by next year, we'll forget about it and never care. You know what I mean? What how did Mrs. Roto do? She's sick. She literally woke up with like 10 minutes to go, picked her team, and then went back to bed. So let me find out because I'm not positive. I don't even know if she showed it to me. She did 201. She had Frye like the rest of us. Frye's the only one that missed double points, so she had an okay night. Just not great. Not great. She got the Rona. No, just stomach stuff. Mookie runs into people. Mookie runs into people passing him more than anyone else, causing both to go down, like an opposite. Mookie runs into people passing him. That's true, William. That's interesting. Like he's too wide. Like he's too wide. I've never watched this before. Now I know why. Idonly is he annoying? I can't read the rest of it. I'm sorry. Bye. Thanks for coming. See you later. I'm still super pumped Eli was able to put that Star Racing Monster. God, put that Star Racing Monster energy. Could you show us the team of the guy who had 302? Man, 302. Somebody did even better than 302. Yeah, I can definitely show you guys the highest. Let's do it. Daytona. Cool Dog had Harlan, Kobush, Poppy. You know, dude, F this guy, man. Kobush and Poppy and Harlan. Really? Roczen, Marchbank, Tomac, and Bogle. What a team. What? I need to see more. I need more. Does this person play it straight or does this person play bonkers teams? See, he tries to get cute. Can't be having that. Can't be having cute. What was this one? Rod Bell, A. Marcy. No, those are good teams. Nope. That's a person that takes nice straight teams. Picking Cade is always a little risky, but none of these are bonkers. I was kind of half expecting to see this person have like one really way bonkers team, but not really. Carson Brown, Justin Bogle, they got me too. Look at Paul's team. Oh no, is it bad? Peters and Frye. Yeah, but he chizzed. That's okay. He chizzed. Kitchen looked amazing before he went down. Oh, for sure, Travis. It's just one of those where like the number one thing that I have noticed this year when I do all the stats after the race is way too many people zig. This year a lot. Way too many people zig. And almost every week, the obvious 8 guys, the like most obvious 8 guys are the best guys. It happens over and over and over. You know what I mean? I looked at Munoz and Poppy during the last qualifying, but was like, Roto will slap me. Yeah. Just because somebody got 52 does not make them a good pick. Just like getting somebody missing the main or somebody only scoring 1 does not make them a bad pick. You know, that guy's team, that was not a good team. Just because it worked, like good for that guy for it working and they were going to win a jersey. But this is not a good team. This wouldn't work any other week. So this is not the team you pick if you want to win a title. This is the team you pick if you want to win a weekend. You know what I mean? Dan, we looked at Dan's earlier. We looked at it. When does someone hack the website, being able to pick a team after lockout? Steak, I think if you're gonna go that far for a jersey, you should just subscribe to the RotoMoto Patreon. So what about the commentary tonight? We'll never get better. Whoa, giving him the business. God, RC, man. RC. Can we, RC, if you're listening, you're not, but Ricky Carmichael, if you're ever in here, can you tell me what a must situation is? Because I know what a must-win situation is. I Googled what is a must situation, and the only result I found was a vital thread asking, what the hell is Ricky Carmichael talking about? What is a must situation? So I need more. I need you to help me out. I thought if I went safe, but I wasn't. I had eight in through the heats. It happens, Mike. It happens. It happens. If I win the Craig plate, you'll give it to me? That's not what this is about. I love it when you rant about the commentary because it drives me crazy. Taylor, I feel like I'm the only one. I'm the only one, right? Like, I feel I'm having this really hard time between we've talked about this before on the show, so I'm sorry if this is a broken record. Like, I'm now getting more opportunities and more exposure and more whatever, like, to be a more legitimate media guy in the sport, but I'm also one of you guys because I will never be like I will never be one of them. I wasn't a factory mechanic turned media guy. Like, I wasn't born into this. I wasn't a photographer became media. Like, I'm a fan that became media. So, like, I see it how you guys see it. I watch the broadcast at home like you guys do. So I don't know. So I'm here on that. My kids get a kick out of RC. They always give him crap on his grammar. Yeah, it can be. And it's whatever. It doesn't matter. RC sounds like the meme of the little kid stuttering. He's not so bad. It didn't used to bother me, but this year has seemed bad. This year's there's been a lot of them, yeah. Need the bike audio only, like you said. Yeah, like, if I could get just the trackside audio as an option and then I could talk my own stuff, I would do that 100 times. 100 times. Easily, you know what I mean? No, they don't like you. No, nobody likes me. That's fine. Nobody likes me. It's okay. AJ, yeah, no, that's a thing, man. That's a thing. Is that, like, when I saw, like, let me just say, AJ's a really nice guy, really cool dude. Love what he does with the Moto Academy. Like, his YouTube videos are great. Like, everything about it. Like, I want him to make the main. I really do. But I definitely didn't want him to make the main this time because he had a high pick trend. Any other week, I am totally rooting for AJ to get into the main because I think it would be really cool to see him in a main event. But not not when people are picking him. Some other time, you know what I mean? You see that YouTube video of a guy riding mic'd up. Yeah, that was AJ. That was AJ, Robert. That was AJ Catanzaro. Bring back Emig. I like Emig. I really do. I really like Emig. Those ships have sailed though. I don't think we're ever gonna have another Emig. Like, Emig's not coming back. Grant's not coming back. Ralph's not coming back. We've moved on. We're not getting Holly. Jim Holly's not coming back. We got to deal with what we got to do. You know what I mean? I think AJ's bike is pretty stock too. You know what's interesting though, Camden, is because his bike looks so stock, his bike looks almost exactly like a factory Honda though. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't have a lot of logos all over it. Same with like HRC Hondas, the shroud is mostly like stock. So it's an interesting look. You think RC was proud his record got broken? Steak, he seemed pretty stoked on it, but I'm not sure. Who's gonna be in the booth with Weege? That's a good question, B-Hood. I don't know. Who would you like to see? Who would be somebody you might want to see in the booth with Weege? That's a good question. Because I don't know. If he's hurt, don't you say that. Don't you say that, Tim. Don't we talk about if he's hurt. Ralph and Emig might come back if Fox gets the TV rights back, seeming that NBC has no sports channel. Man, I don't know. I feel like we're more likely to go to Mav than we are to go to Fox. I don't know yet. I don't know. Adam is fantastic. Yeah, Adam is so good. Okay, do you guys feel like with Race Day Live, I love Daniel Blair. I do. I love Daniel Blair. I think Daniel Blair should be on the main broadcast. Here's my problem. Here's my problem with Race Day Live. How many of y'all hate Race Day Live? My problem with Race Day Live is Lee Diffie, or I'm sorry, not Lee Diffie. What's the guy? What's his stupid name? It's not Todd. What's his name? Dan Hubbard. Dan and Blair, they don't do their homework. For Race Day Live, when you have to be prepared to cover 120 guys a weekend, I need you to know some of them. I just hated when there was a guy on the ground and they were like, yeah, like, that looks like a PulpMX guy. I'm not sure who that is. And I'm like, it's Brandon Scher. And they're like, yeah, I can't really see. And I'm like, it's Brandon Scher. It's Brandon Scher. It's Brandon Scher. Like, I know that they probably don't know who he is because he hasn't raced Supercross in years. He's kind of doing like almost a fill-in kind of thing. Like, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? But I'm like, how do you not? They don't seem like they followed the sport that hard, and that's probably because they're both busy guys. But there's just so many times when they're like, I'm not sure who that is, and I'm like, I can literally see who it is on like a small little screen on my second monitor while I'm doing numbers. You know what I mean? Uh it is what it is. But yeah, I wish that there would be somebody in that booth that literally knows all of the riders, like even the privateers, and might know some stuff about them. You know what I mean? Um Race Day Live just needs to show the bikes. Just show me the bikes, man. Just show me the bikes. I do know that RC is happy for Eli. Probably the most helpful comment I have to offer to this chat. Foster, I appreciate it. The sport didn't used to get this kind of coverage. We're lucky, in my opinion. I used to have to call a phone number. That's true. That's true, Robert. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah. What high school has tractor day? County schools, mostly. I did learn tonight that Daytona Supercross has been going since 1974, since they repeat. Yeah. Yeah, Zach. Yeah. I really love when Race Day Live goes to a video story during qualifying. That blonde chick is hot. You mean Kristen B? Yo, Kristen followed me on Twitter when I was nobody and I had like 50 followers. And I criticized one thing she said on the broadcast and she unfollowed me. Fragile. Why is everybody fragile? The sport is the best it's ever been. I grew up when there was never more than one or two guys. That's true. That's true too. Like I had that conversation with somebody recently. Even flat track, man. Like I raced flat track. I grew up watching a lot of flat track as a kid, and like man, Scott Parker won 8 titles in the 90s, in 10 years, and then Chris Carr won 7. He won like 5 in a row, and 7 of the ones that Parker didn't win of like a 15 to 20 year period. And then we had McGrath doing the thing, and then we had Ricky Carmichael doing the thing. Like this is how it's been. Like this is how it's been. You know what I mean? Like it's just nice. Like no matter what, just having it go since Dungey retired, having it go, you know, Anderson, was it Anderson, Webb, Tomac, Webb, and then maybe Tomac again. I don't care. I'm happy that we haven't had a repeat winner in so long, you know. Yeah, and I like Kristen Beat. I was just kidding. Like I like Kristen. Kristen's good people. I was always like, why the hell does Kristen Beat follow me in the first place? So when Kristen stopped following me, I was more just like hurt because I'm like, you didn't even know who I was. I don't even know if you ever liked any of my things. It is very worth paying for Peacock just for all the extra coverage. And look, man, I know it's one of those like support your people. You know, if you're able to buy Peacock, do it. If you're able to, if you have the money, do it. You know what I mean? Why don't you also do super chat? You can do super chat, Robert. They're on. I don't push for them, but you can totally do them. Camera folk need to zoom in. Yeah. Did you guys see? Was that in the main event when RJ went down? They literally had the camera super zoomed on Pierce Brown, and you literally saw Pierce Brown jump over a Rockstar guy on the ground, like literally go right past him. And I'm like, who was that? Was that Styles or that Hampshire? Because you're following a guy in fits, so somebody in the top 5 just fell, and you're not gonna show him. You're not gonna tell me who just fell in the top 5. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna, and they didn't. They never zoomed it back out. We did. It took until I watched like RJ's name drop for me to figure out who fell. It's bonkers. Who won the 250? Jet by like 600 miles. I want the job of the guy that drives the side by side. Yes, Travis. No. Me and you, dude. Me and you. You drive it. I want the camera. Let me get the pivot cam. We're in there. I'm in. Did Enzo make top 3? Michael, Enzo finished 6th, I think. He had a good one going on, but once McAdoo, Pierce Brown, RJ, and Smith came, I think they kind of railroaded him. No, he ended up 5th. Okay, so Smith didn't get him. Okay. They all came up through, but it was there. JS7 will be terrible in the booth. Yeah, I don't think I would want I don't know if I would want James in the booth. Here's the thing, and I mean no disrespect to James. I'm not saying necessarily that he's like not passionate about the sport, but there's a certain level of passion these guys need to have about any sport to be able to like properly comment on it. I think Blair has that. I don't think Ricky really has that. You know what I mean? And I think Ricky's doing well, but there's just something about Weege and Blair. They have this certain passion for the sport. Not because they've been there, not because they're the all-time winning champion, this, that, or the other. Like, they live and breathe the sport, and that's what we need, those kind of guys. That's who I want. That's who I want every time. So over the Jet hype, the kid is good, but the media is all... To be fair, Rondog, the media has been chill lately. It feels like, to me, there's been less Jet media since he's been on the track than there was Jet media before he entered the series. Somehow, I don't know how. I used to feel that way, but have you been listening to James's podcast? He's way more into the sport than I thought. No, I agree, Mike. I agree. Like, I get that he's in it, but again, to be able to do it live and in person on video like that, like, look at Zach. Look at Zach, for example. You'll never know how good somebody's going to be until you put him in front of the camera kind of thing, because Zach's great on interviews. Zach's great on the Pulp Show. They put Zach in front of the camera for that first episode of Race Day Live, and even that, like, first 5 or 10 minutes that he was on camera was rough. It's so much to step in front of a camera. Like, even this, I know there's like, I don't know, like 100 some whatever people watching right now. That's nerve-wracking. But like, luckily I was able to start with 0 people watching and like work my way up there. Does that make sense? But just dumping somebody in front of thousands of people is terrifying. Hear them call Jet Hunter. I did not, Jess. I did not. Was it during the main? I could see, I go back. He was just so comfortable and sturdy. I agree, Saucy. I could see that. Put the 3 laps down guy from Twitter in the booth. Yeah, Phil, yeah. He almost had too many stats tonight. He was banging on it. I was like, Clinton, dude, you're my entire Twitter feed right now. You are on it. He was great. Even Joseph Allen. Hey, was Joseph Allen on any of the show today, or did they cut him? Because Clinton, I don't say he got cut. I don't know the ins and outs, so don't quote me on this. But like, Clinton didn't do... He wasn't in the booth with the guys tonight, and that might be because Daytona's... If you guys don't know, Daytona's weird. It's part of the series, but it's not by Feld, where Feld does the other 16 rounds. Daytona's like its own little orphan. So I wonder if they didn't have Joseph come either for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I like Joseph, man. Like, he's a lot, don't get me wrong. I definitely don't want Joseph being like the full-time broadcaster, but I like his energy, and I like that they send him to go and do stuff and talk to people, and he's not afraid to go do stuff and talk to people. That's what's cool, you know? Getting ready to maybe race. Got it, Jess. Thank you. Fro with Weege was great at the end of Outdoors. I think Ralph and Fro sucked towards the end. I've just never been a big Ralph guy. I respect Ralph as like a broadcaster for motorsports, the same way that Lee Diffie. Did anybody watch IndyCar last weekend? It was the first time I've ever watched IndyCar, and I was like, yo, that's Lee Diffie. He definitely knows he knows motorsports, but he's just not like a motocross guy. You know what I mean? Ron Dog, I appreciate you being here, man. As always, have a good night. Have a good rest of your weekend. We'll see you later. Carson Jet won by a mile. You're going to get so popular. Live chat is becoming more difficult. Robert, I will continue to do it as long as I am able to do it. As long as I'm able to keep up somewhat with chat. You know what I mean? Ralph isn't yelling. And I love Ralph. I love Lee. They're great motorsports guys. But like, I want a motocross guy. I like to see Chad Reed on the track instead of Daniel. I don't know. Chad's a little... I don't think Chad's an entertainer. Not like that. I don't know. I'm not saying that he couldn't do it, but I don't think he's that kind of entertainer, you know? We had a good run with McGrath, Carmichael, Stewart, Reed. Seeing the same winner all the time, not the best, but when someone comes from last to first... Oh, it is, Sleep, it is. I don't think it's necessarily that we don't have... We need to stop looking at it as we don't have a McGrath, Carmichael, Stewart, Reed, and instead looking at it like we have 7 McGrath, Stewart, Carmichael, Reeds. Like, I fully think that if you took any of these guys, like if you took Tomac, Kenny in his prime, Cooper Webb, and you put them in the sport 20 years ago, they would be a McGrath Carmichael. Like they are that good. Like I don't think we grasp. It's just like a lot of other stuff where you can't compare. You can't compare Babe Ruth to Mike Trout. Like it's not the same. It's hard because the McGrath era doesn't seem that long ago. But it is. It really is. The sport has evolved so much so fast that it's so hard to even put those in the same room. You know what I mean? Let's do this giveaway really quick. So I got it pulled up here. Same one as last time. I got all of your names in here. This is not the winner. I had to do a test to make sure it worked. So if you're a member of the Patreon, let me tell you guys how it works. We're giving away this... We're going to give away this Christian Craig number plate. If you're a member of Patreon, that's how you are able to get... how you're able to get a chance to win this. So $5 a month, that's $1 a week. Gives you one entry. That's for supporting me and allowing me to do this. I don't have a sponsor for the live show or anything. I literally do this just to hang out with you guys, and this is what... Patreon is what helps me do this. $10 a month, you get 2 entries into the giveaway every month, and you also get a ton of fantasy stuff. So if you're a big fantasy person, you're going to want to be on that. And then the final one is $20. That one you get a t-shirt, you get and you get bonus entries at all. So this is the one we're giving away this time. This is Christian Craig's plate. This is from Anaheim 2. Which he won. So this is a race winning red plate. That's a pretty rare one. It's a pretty rare one to have. So we're going to do the giveaway. I'm going to hit pick one. And then all of the names will become black, and then they'll go, let's go. So this will take a few seconds for them all to go, and then I'll reach out on Patreon. If you don't have to be here to win, so don't worry about it if you want to join, but you're like, oh, but I won't, it doesn't matter. I'll message you on Patreon. We'll get it figured out. How many Patreons do you have? Zach, 80 something maybe. I'm not positive off the top of my head, but it was... We just barely crested 90 at the end of the month, and then we went back down. You always drop a few. People canceled the first of the month. It's whatever. We appreciate you talking. No, Phil, I appreciate you guys showing up. That's what's important. I see Foster. I see Greg. Greg got sniped. I see the Brennans. Ooh. Come on, guys. Come on. So it kind of does RNG. So it like a lot of names. Oh, there we go. The Brennans got. So we were down to Scott and Wesley. Is Scott or Wesley in here right now? This is 10. Ooh, yo, Wesley. I don't want to read the whole name. It's small. Y'all see it. Wesley, if you're listening, you win. I will be in touch with you on Patreon. So let me show you guys what's up for the next one. So I'll hit up Wesley on that one for the Christian Craig plate. But this month, baby, check this out. You might have seen this if you watched the video, if you watched the fantasy video. But we've got here. I can do you full screen. Don't judge my office. I don't have anything motocross in here. There you go. Liat Wageman jersey, 69 from this year. This one's we're going to do one of the jerseys. I haven't decided how we're going to do it. One jersey will be for everybody. So rather you're at the $5, the $10, the $20 tier, everybody. But another Wageman jersey, just for people that are insider tier and higher. So that's it. So 2 jerseys. So if you're an insider or better, you get another one. So that's what's going up. That's what's up for this month. Big shout out to Team Solitaire. They're so rad. Like, Team Solitaire's so freaking rad, and they're so cool. And I hit them up, and I was like, hey, can I maybe get a number plate? I just wanted a number plate. and they were like, hey, we'll send you a box. And they sent me a box of like some hats and some beanies and some stuff, and they were like, we don't care if you keep them, we don't care if you give them away, whatever you want to do with them, you do with them. So they sent me multiple jerseys, they sent me hats, like they sent me all kinds of stuff. So I have some other stuff that I'll throw in for giveaways too. I have like some goggles, which obviously are not cheap. Like they sent me multiple sets of goggles. They sent me metal CDs. If I have any metal fans in chat, like I'm definitely gonna throw some of those metal CDs in with the jersey. So if you like metal and you win the jersey, but they're rad, man. They are so cool, coolest guys, and they've always been really cool with me. So please support them. Absolutely support them. Nuclear Blast. Yeah, man, Nuclear Blast is great. So please, 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 please follow them. Do you think Marchbanks will race a 450 outdoor? Ronald, I think so. I do. I think he might. I think that that's the next step. I think he's ready. He looked great at Daytona. They sent me a couple. Yeah, Chris is rad too. Yeah, thanks, Rotor. Gotta hang out with the missus. Yo, Greg, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Tell the missus that your stupid internet motocross gambling friends said hi. And have a good rest of your weekend. We'll catch up with you next week. Yeah, get you some jerky. The jerky is so good, Treese. It really is. The 7 Deuce Deuce jerky is the best. Heal up, 7 Deuce Deuce. That one's my favorite. If you like a drier jerky, like I do, like I like that dry tough jerky. But the it was a Fast House, like hot and spicy, was really good. Yeah, so Chiz on Star 250. Phil, I don't want to talk too much about it because I saw Steve's tweet, but I haven't seen anything beyond that. Has there been anything beyond that anywhere? Have you guys seen anything else about Chiz riding? Because I'm not saying it's like not happening, but I need to see more than a Steve tweet before I can really report on it. But yeah, that's bonkers, man. Will 722 make a main this year? Man, I hope, Zach. You know the worst part is that Brees cleaned him out battling for second in an LCQ. Was that week 3 or something? That sucks so bad, man. Because I wanted him to get that so much. So much. Just a real bummer, you know what I mean? Taking my son to his first race, we're going to Foxborough. Yeah, Travis, does he have a bike, or have you not got him a bike yet? Does he have a bike? Hey, bro, you got a bike? Can I get you to say, Phil East Coast? No, I can't say that. I'm sorry, Michael Treese. I'm sorry. I can't say that. That's not going to happen. Hey, Phil's an all-star, though. That's a big deal. Where do you think you would place? Phil, I don't know. That's a really good question. No. And here's my reason. If Freezy and Oldenburg are like 3 to 5s, I don't think Chiz is 5s. I could see Chiz being a 7 to 10. I don't think I can go 5. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I don't think I go 5. Indy coming. Oh yeah, I'll be at Indy. I put in for press at Detroit. Is anybody going to Detroit or St. Louis? I put in for press. I have not heard back. Apparently this is normal. Apparently it's literally normal to not hear back, and that's so frustrating. Because I'm like, I would like to book some rooms, please. But I'll be at Indy for sure because it's the closest. I'll be at St. Louis for sure because the wife and I just like to go. We like going to St. Louis for that race. And then I put in for Detroit, but I might go. I don't know. Race is too short. I think Chiz will make up a few spots late. That's true, William. That's true. Yeah, that extra 5 minutes at the end is what's gonna burn them. Yeah. Wish they would back off a bit in the week. Yeah, Mikkel, the biggest thing, because somebody commented on my video about J Mart's injury, and they said, you know, when are the riders going to start wearing more protection? And I'm like, none. Because unless they all do it, like unless it's mandated that you have to wear more protection, nobody's going to give up a quarter of a second a lap worth of mobility for protection, because the better way is to just not wreck. You know what I mean? Ryan, I appreciate you being here, man. We'll catch up with you next week. And it kind of goes the same way. Like, none of these riders can afford to not practice during the week because everybody else is. You know what I mean? It's what it is. Where is the races? Dan, what are you looking for? Help me out. Like you didn't watch the Supercross Peacock app. Other than that, Supercross Live will have the highlights up in like soon. So PC has all these guys hurt. Do you think PC will tap some 450 privateers? You know, that's a good question, Ronald, but probably not. That's not the Mitch way. You know what I mean? What more protection would they enforce? They already stripped off what they were adding. Even Mooskin took off. I know. I don't know, Travis. I don't know. Everybody in the YouTube comments thinks they know the way to fix the sport. Oh man, I want to see the GoPro cameras back. Yeah, that'd be cool. Got tickets for Salt Lake. Might be all wrapped up by then. I'll enjoy it anyway. Oh yeah, it's always cool to go to like the end stuff. How are you going to MXDN? Probably not, Phil. By the time the end of the season comes, I know this is sacrilege and you guys are gonna like laugh at me, but by the time the season is over, I'm kind of ready to have like my three months of not doing stuff. Because this gets to be a bit of a grind, and this year's gonna be even worse because now that I'm doing stuff with Pulp, like the Pulp Show, and doing stuff with Pulp Fantasy, and making my own YouTube videos, like it does feel like a grind. Like I'm pretty much doing this every day of the week. Because tomorrow I have to make the video because I have a contract or I have a sponsorship for that. And then Monday I have to do Pulp Show stuff. And then Tuesday I have to do Pulp Show stuff. And then like by the time Wednesday, Thursday rolls around, I'm already back to doing fantasy. So it's kind of, I'm kind of looking forward to the breaks if you can. Lugnut, we'll see you next weekend. What for Detroit? Maybe I'll be at Detroit. We'll find out. I'm going to try to do this. Robert, I would love for them to wear a kidney belt. I'm going to try to do the live show from the track. If I do get press, rather it be for Detroit, Indy, St. Louis. If I do get press, I'm going to try to do the live show on my phone from the pits. I don't know how well that's going to work. We're going to try it though. Because I know I can stream from my phone. I've done it before, but I've never. I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to read chat and keep up with chat. So I'm sorry if it doesn't go greatly, but I'm gonna do my best to do it with y'all. You know what I mean? Do you think Webb is going to torch Shane to rig tonight? Oh man, nah, Zach. It wasn't on Shane. Nothing. Shane was damned if you do, damned if you don't. If he went all the way inside, if he stayed in the middle, if he went outside, like no matter what he did, he was gonna be in the way there somehow. There's nothing you could do. You know what I mean? I'm guessing you also have a day job. Kinda, sorta. Luckily, this has been done. This year has picked up enough that I was able to dial back my daytime stuff. So. Yes, I do still have other responsibilities, but I have been able this year to dial them back, which is nice. And that's why as much as the doing the Pulp Show edits and stuff like that might not be as lucrative, it's nice that I have that guaranteed every week I get paid to do it. I don't have to like hope that a video does well to get the ad revenue and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So cool to be with 6 hours of 3 to 4 races. Yeah, I would love to do Nashville, Michael. I would. Where are you, Michael? Where are you again? I can't remember. Cause you say y'all. No, I'm from Ohio, Robert. I'm from Ohio. I don't even remember how we said y'all. Like, no, it's not a thing here. We just said it's just easier to say y'all. I don't know. It kind of became a joke slang that now is now my entire thing. I'm at work now getting that OT watching the races while I watch. Will you watch wax dry? I need more info. AC is so impressive because he starts so well and is naturally fast. Oh yeah. Now there'll be one day. One day we're gonna get a season of AC. I promise. One day. Nashville Dirty Hours. Are you in Nashville? We go to like it's Townsend, but it's like it's over by Gatlinburg. Like we get a cabin every year, but that's it. So now if your Cowie and Lawrence is stepping up to the 450s, don't you try to steal them? They won't, Ronald. They won't. That's not. I bet Honda already has made Jet a tentative offer. You know what I mean? Too bad Mookie had to get caught up in the mess. Like to see him start up front tonight. Yeah. And I just hate it because do you guys think Malcolm wins a race? Do you guys think Malcolm actually has what it takes to win a race? And I'm not trying to be bad about it. It just goes with Ferrandis of, he gets a good start and he seems to finish the same spot as when he gets a bad start. Mookie can hold shot and he's going to end up 5th. Mookie can start 15th and he's going to end up 5th. Like, it just doesn't seem to matter. Like, I don't know. I just don't think that he could do it without it being, not gifted, because I don't want to say it like that, but like, things have to go his way. Like Josh Hill or Justin Brayton. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to have to be stuff that was out of anybody's control kind of thing. And I love Malcolm. I love Malcolm. I really do. I don't see him getting a convincing win, if that's a nice way to say it. You know what I mean? Do you think Jed defends his championship? Yeah. I think it's important. Honda wants number ones. So if Honda can run a number one for you, I think they do that. You know what I mean? We can work with speed. That's right. Malcolm SX. Yes, I like that. Maybe we should try to make that happen. I do too, Weston. I want Malcolm to win one so bad. I want Malcolm to get one. I want Chase to get like 5. Would it be weird if Jet went to 450 before Hunter? No. Phil, he might have to. Because if Jet wins this year, I don't think Hunter's ready. I don't think Jet's ready either, but if Jet wins this one, he has to go up soon. 2024, he has to go up. And I don't know if Hunter would be ready in 2024 either. You know what I mean? You think Jet defends his championship or tries to win the West? I don't think the West matters, Travis. I think Honda would rather have the number 1 plate. I really do. Yeah, Troy. Yeah. Yeah, he can defend one season. Yeah. Hunter is not ready. Hunter showed me everything I needed to see. When he couldn't get around, Vince Friese. And I'm like, look, Vince Friese's a 12th place guy. If you can't get around Vince Friese, you're not ready. And, I know they don't want to get around. I know they don't want to get around him. Like, I get it. I understand why they don't want to get near Vince. But, if you can't handle Vince, you can't handle Jason. You can't handle Barsha. Like, you're not going to run with those guys. You're not even the same points. That's crazy, Dennis. That's wild. Craig could, but Craig does. Like, there was that one time William, but like, generally speaking, Craig will catch Friese, pass him, gap him. And Shimoda and Hunter are not there. I love having Marchbanks, Oldenburg, and Friese all moonlighting between both classes right now, and Chiz will be another good example if Chiz does move down on the star bike. Because it gives us kind of an idea of, like, if you can't beat Vince and Vince is a 12th place guy, that means Hunter is not a top 10 guy. And I don't think anybody is really wanting, I mean, HEP Suzuki would take a 12th place guy, or maybe Rocky Mountain would take a 12th place guy. Moto Concepts obviously will take a 12th place guy, but don't talk. No, I love Vince. I really do. I like that Vince exists in the 250 class as that barometer. It's important. I like it. Thanks for having an intelligent show. Your in-seam spot's on. Mookie Nua Bam Bam. Of course, Tony. Appreciate you being here. Shows how weak the 250 guys are and why some of them are stuck down 250s. Yeah, it is. Vince was the best star. Oh, and he was, Travis. He was, yeah, for sure. This is why 250 riders need to listen to me, because I say that they can't pass Vince. Oh, I think here's the deal. Why do we look at the 250? Like, actual question for you guys. Why do we look at the 250 class as college football, as minor league baseball? We look at it as the stepping stone up. Why don't we do that with NASCAR? Do we have any NASCAR people in here? I haven't watched NASCAR like regularly in 15 years, maybe 20. But in NASCAR, everybody knows it's not called the Busch Series anymore, but the Truck Series and the Busch Series are like, you have to come up through those before you get up to the Big Cup. But people still, like, there are people that totally make a living racing their entire career in those small things. And, like, nobody really says anything. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. And, you know, no offense. Did you guys know Kyle Peters has been a pro for, like, 11 years? Because we just forget. And it's weird how, like, it's okay for Blows to be down there. It's okay for KP to be down there. It's only Craig we have a problem with. You know what I mean? 181 T-Moles, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. That's not good. I'm sorry. It was a rough night, though. At least the average wasn't very high. So at least you didn't fall too far. What was the average? Was I going to say the average? Oh, my God. Only 51% of teams had 8 in the main. Ooh. It is supposed to be, but they give it the same TV time, which is stupid. It's supposed to be professional sport, and it isn't treated as such. That's fair. F3, Robert, should I start watching F3? I just started watching like F1 a couple years ago. Seth Hammaker, yeah, no, dude, man, Seth is so good. I'm so sorry that he's hurt. That sucks so bad. 184 average, 30 out, thank you. I was going to say, I know that's there, but, oh, there it is. It's right next to that one. I was looking for it here for some reason. He hasn't won it yet. No, for sure. I just hate that people act like, I don't know. Make a living where you're going to make a living. The rules aren't going to change, adapt around them. This is how it is now. The 250 class, you can make a living down there. It is how it is. I don't blame people. I don't blame people for going down there. If everyone hates the Triple Crown with more starts, why do they line up and start in practice? I get it, but that's another start. I don't think everybody hates it. I think that people hate it because I don't think it's the start as much sleep as it is the first rhythm section. Does that make sense? Like, obviously, first turn pileups happen, but the real problem with all the gate drops is, like, the first lap when you have people packed into a sardine can doing different rhythms. That's where the danger comes in. Reed loves MotoGP, but it's boring to me. I tried. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hate it because everybody keeps saying, like, if you like F1 and you like motocross, why don't you like MotoGP? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you. I just don't. I'd rather make a living riding 250s than doing something I hate. Can't blame him at all. There you go, Travis. There you go. Kyle Busch drops down to do race. Yeah, Phil, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. Wait, them riders are old 250 riders. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing too, is like RJ, because I saw somebody say like the best, most accepted alternate role that I've seen is people said the East and West should be age bracketed, where the 250 West, let's say, is unlimited age and the 250 East is 21 and under only. But that would not fix our competition problem. Because if you made that right now, who is under 21 that could compete with Jet? Pierce Brown? Sort of, but he's still not even there. You know what I mean? Like, he's not there, but like, he's the only guy I could think of. Like, Marchbanks is 20, but Marchbanks also crashes all the time. Marchbanks apparently can break his handlebars off. You know, like, that would not fix it at all. Would not fix any of the problems we have right now. I don't know. Jet had a support system about getting over his incident with Forkner. He was bummed about it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Zach, look, I get photos from a line to use for the pulp stuff. Yeah, I got a whole slew of pictures of Jet smiling and geeking out, like when the cameras weren't rolling when he was around the podium. He didn't care. You know what I mean? But NASCAR has been good for 15 years, but I'm old. I'm an old grumpy. There you go. I don't have Peacock and I'm in New Zealand. The only guy to watch YouTube, but everyone is not posting nothing but clips and spoilers. Dan, you literally physically cannot post the race on YouTube. If I put more than 20 seconds of the race on YouTube, I get my video blocked and demonetized, and I get a strike on my channel. I made a video talking about a crash, and I used 1 second too much footage. So you will never, I'm not saying you'll never, because there's always somebody that'll do it on the dark web, but it'll immediately get banned and taken down, and that person will get in trouble. So it's never going to happen. Gotta pay to play. Ohio pretty much started arena cross. That's true. That's true. Yeah. When does Deegan race? He'll race. I don't know, but he'll race Supercross when it's time. But I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, he'll have to do at least an extra year. Well, no, Travis, I don't think he can, because he has to get his points. And he's not doing the futures this year, so Deegan would have to wait a year, right? So it'd be 2024. You can't get Peacock, but you can get the international thing, Matthew. Smarty pants, you can get the international thing. It's a thing. It's an option. He'll be there in 2 years. Yeah, 2024 at the earliest, I guess. He's going to wait till Ryder D moves up to the 450s, and that's when Deegan enters the 250s. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to start drama. It's not my place. I don't care. He'll race when it's time. He'll do futures when it's time. Did your Jmar injury video get demonetized? I saw there was a lot of race footage in it. No reference, because I think I'm starting to figure out the formula here of how much it's exhausting to me, but I just have to cut it 100 times. Like 100 times. Like, you have to, it sucks. Like, every 3 seconds, I have to do a 30, like a half second to 1 second jump. Holy crap, I literally got in trouble. I say in trouble. There were like 5 super angry people in the YouTube comments. I know I should stop reading them, but I like commenting to you guys. When you comment, I like going back. But, that apparently, because when I cut the footage of the Faulkner Jet moment, where I happened to put the cut was them coming up the face of the jump, and people were literally like conspiracy theorying that I was cutting the moment that Jet touched the tough block to like spin a narrative. And I'm like, what narrative? They couldn't tell me what narrative. But I literally had so many people comment that, and I'm like, it's literally just where I cut the footage. I was literally trying to make the thing go. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I was just trying to make it go. I don't know. Why isn't Jeffrey Hurlings on a 450 and also not coming to the US? He doesn't want to come to the US. I don't blame him. He's doing well. He's doing fine over there. You know what I mean? Is Ken Roczen hiding an injury? Ronald, I don't know. I think he's hiding. I don't. Man, he's also maybe a nutcase. I don't know. Thanks for helping me earlier on Instagram with the Discord. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, Tim. I'm glad that it worked out for you. Have a good night. Have a good rest of your weekend. We'll catch up with you next weekend for Detroit. You think Husky was mad at Stu for ruining his night, or happy that he finally got Anderson back? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. Was the other kid on press day and broke his wrist? Yeah. Euros can't ride the whoops. You know, I will say Marv and Ferrandis have both looked much better this year. I don't know what they figured. I don't know how they figured it out. Like, they're still not great, but they do look much better this year. I thought Mookie had a chance. That sucked. Yeah, it is what it is. This is where we're at. Did you guys pick FFLs? 3%, man. Gamblers out here. Gamblers. Oh, Macroth only got 26. I thought he got 28. Whatever. How did you get into the PulpMX job position you're in now? You mean like doing the editing stuff, James? I made friends. To be honest, I made friends. So I made the fantasy video of how to play. Mark's liked it. Mark showed it to Steve. they retweeted it and stuff like that. This was back in 2020, like right when I started the channel. I just kept making the videos. I just kept kind of doing work for free. Like I was promoting their game for free, essentially. I didn't even get monetized on YouTube till over a year later. So I literally did that whole first year for literally free. And then just, you know, me and Marks kind of would just message around a little bit. And eventually I just hit up Marks and I was like, hey, I want to do more. Like, I want to do more of this. I want, like, here's my pitch. Not because he, like, obviously Marks doesn't make the decision. It's Steve's call. But, like, I just was like, I want to do this. What do you think? And he was like, I will talk to Steve. I will kind of, like, float it to Steve and see what he thinks. And so I obviously, I know how to run a social media account. I know how to do graphic design. I know how to do basic video editing, like that kind of thing. And then Steve, after the season ended, he just kind of brought it on so that we could help make more during the off season when he didn't have as much to do and to talk about and as many podcasts to put out. I could edit the Pulp Show down to like have more stuff every day. Does that make sense? So really really if you want to break into it, you need to offer something that nobody else is doing. And I'm not telling you not to start a podcast, but do you know how many motocross podcasts there are of just like dudes sitting there talking to their buddies about stuff they barely know about? I mean, it's not like I know much more than they do, but like I found something that nobody else was making, which was fantasy content, and I made that, and I met people through that, and now I don't have a ton of people on speed dial, but you know, now I know people, and that's kind of how I got here. So make an impression, do something that people are looking for that nobody's doing, and make an impression. That's really all I can give you, you know. How has it been so long already? Feel like we watched you grow. Jess, I know, because Jess, you were one of the first ones. I remember, like, on Twitter, you were very early. And I remember everybody. Like, Dirty Al, like, I remember, like, all of the people that were there those first few months. And I think it's important to have those people. Like, that's a community. It's not just, you can't forget where you came from. You have to keep those people. You have to keep, you know, build a community, a core community of people that like your stuff. Don't try to outgrow yourself. Like, you need to be one of the people. You need to be a man of the people or whatever. Like, that's important. Grow a community and then grow everything else. It feels like too many people just want people to watch you, or they just want people to listen to them. And it's like, no, like, you need to do that. How much is it, Zach? You can play fantasy for free, or you can sign up for $20. Free is not eligible for prizes. $20 is eligible for prizes. Is your wife tatted up? I'm gonna call. Yes. Oh yes. She. How did you? Was it the tattoo flash? She used to be the manager of a tattoo shop. And she has like 50, maybe. I don't know. 35, 40 minimum, maybe pushing 50 at this point. What's the highest you've ever finished in fantasy weekly? For the season, Phil, I was like 107. I just missed top 100, and I was so mad because I missed it by failing my FFL. My best week I ever had was last year. I got 18th in outdoors. I got 18th and 28th last year. And Supercross, was that St. Louis the year before? Atlanta, I got 106th. No, I think I also did good at St. Louis. Yeah, St. Louis, I got 38th. I was at that race. Don't forget where you came from. And I think that's the thing, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, but a lot of other people in the media, like, that I see, they're not people. They want to just be the news. Does that make sense? Like, they just want to. You can do the news, but you also have to be a person too that people will want to talk to, I guess. I don't know. Don't waste your cash. God, don't be so harsh. What part of Ohio sleep? I am like dead in the heart of Columbus. If I look out my window, I can see downtown. I'm out. You ruined my day. I ruined your day? Dan, how did I ruin your day? Oh, the gauge is in my ear. Oh, that's how you guess. That's fair. That's fair. Do you think it was a failure for Danny to make his podcast Patreon only? Nah. Now, Robert, it all depends on what your goals are, and I think that's important when you're starting a business of any kind. Is what is your goal? And for Daniel, if his goal is to make money, then he did it right. He does not need his podcast to grow his platform. He already has a massive platform. So putting it behind a paywall, I don't think is a bad idea, as long as making money is his primary source of having a Patreon or having a podcast. And there's no shame. You should, if you make art, if you make stuff that is valuable, you should be compensated for it. So I don't think it's a bad idea. Ken seems out. Sorry that fire's gone. Guys writing the good gets in the way all the time. Yeah, no, for sure, Tony. It sucks. It really does. If you were going to pick any Supercross to go to coming from Canada, where would you go? Indy is very good, Jess. Indy is very nice. The Indy is like the racing center of the United States, and the arena itself, even though it's the Colt Stadium, it's sponsored by Lucas Oil, and it has race stuff in it. It has like race cars and stuff in it. It's really neat. Like it's a really cool. It's a really cool. If you're caring about the racing, it's a cool arena. But like if you want more outside stuff, I'd go somewhere in the South where you can enjoy more stuff. If that makes sense. Like if you want to go to the beach and stuff, then yeah, go south. Go do that. Hold on, I missed a question that I wanted to touch on. Where was it? I thought there was a question that I wanted to do. First dirt bike for a 6-year-old. Travis. I mean, a P-Dub is always the right answer, but they're going to outgrow that quickly. So if you don't mind that you're going to have to replace it quickly, buy a used P-Dub, and then they can learn how to ride, and then you can sell it or whatever. If you feel comfortable skipping that, go straight to a KTM. I don't think Roczen is hiding an injury. I think Honda's giving him the bike he wants and needs and throwing the middle finger to them. It's possible, yeah. First bike for 6-year-old, 500. Yeah, obviously. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, P-Dub is always the answer. If you can get a cheap one, a JR50 too. Like my first bike was a Suzuki JR50, and it's primitive, but so is the P-Dub. But that might work out. Too small. But Mikkel, okay, first off, Mikkel, you say that, but if you've never ridden anything before, just getting them on, I think, is a good start. But second, one time at a race, and this was in flat track, mind you, but whatever, they had this was the coolest thing I've ever watched in my life. They had a thing where all of the dads put in $50 and then lined up on a quarter-mile flat track on their children's 50 cc's and raced them. And like, dude, there were like 15 or 20 dads out there. Like, we had a humongous amount of riders that night. It was like, I think the biggest night we ever had at our local track. So if a grown man, if a dad can ride a PW50, a 6-year-old can do it. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it can be done. It can be done, yeah. Mine was the JR50, my little brother. Yeah, the P-Dub is definitely better. But you can probably get a JR50 for cheaper because they're not as sought after, you know what I mean? Dude, the Idle Jets, Robert, I used to race against Idle Jets. The lightest dad won. More or less, yeah, Jeremy, the lightest dad won, yeah. It was wild to see, though. It was wild to see all these dads out there. Like, they looked a lot, like, in my mind as a child, they looked like they were moving a lot faster than they probably were, but it was cool. But hey, it's midnight. I'm gonna get off of here. I appreciate you guys so much. For coming out and hanging with me. So like I said, I will let you guys know ahead of time by Wednesday, Thursday. Hopefully I'll know what my plan is for the weekend. but I may be in Detroit. If I am in Detroit and I do have press, I don't know what I'm going to do exactly, but I want to do the live show from the race because I'll be there. I won't have a choice. If I'm going to do it at all, it's going to have to be from the race. So if I can get down on the floor, or if the pits are habitable, because if this weekend was beautiful, so maybe next weekend it'll be nice again. So if that's possible, I'll do that. If not, we'll figure it out. So thank you guys for watching, hanging out with me, tuning in. Thanks for all you guys that subscribe on the Patreon. Don't forget to do that again if you want a chance at a jersey. I got you there. But yeah, y'all are the best, man. Absolute greatest. Enjoy your weekend. Later, guys.